for it to die. How about you change your speech into that manner? And you said, I've walked into so many other grounds, and every other ground that I walked into did not deal kindly with me. Naomi said when she was on her way back, when she has dealt with the disappointment of losing her sons and her husband in a place where it was a place of refuge for her, it was a place of hiding for her, it was a place where she was going to be fed because she ran away from famine. When she comes back from Moab and she's heading back to Jerusalem, and she meets up with women who are saying to her, Naomi, Naomi, because they know her as Naomi, and that's what they're going to call you. People will call me YaMasase. Years later, even when I feel like the plan of God has been messed up, there are days when you wake up in the morning and you feel like YaMasase is not functional. And when you go out and when people greet you, when they send you a text, they say, good morning, woman of God. And you say, I don't feel like woman of God today because I feel like it's not by my side. And you are compelled to answer because that's whom they have met, that's whom they have seen. And she says to them, do not call me Naomi because God has dealt with me so bitterly. Please call me Mara because my life is now bitter. I know that you get into that place where you start wanting to change your name because life has dealt with you. Life has dealt with you, and to a point where you say, do not address me in that manner. You just always have to go back into a place where you say, there is something that God is working out. And when that moment of don't call me Mara comes into your head, say, this time, God, I cannot walk into another Moab. God, this cannot be another Moab. Let this be a place where, yes, I will run out. I want to walk into Cana. I refuse to be in Moab not another day. I want to be in Cana because when I was seeing what you've done in Cana, it's that in Cana wine ran out, but there was an instant refill. There was an instant, there was something that took place that had never taken place before. Yes, I know that in Moab, when I ran there with my family, I came back with nothing. But I refuse with this pregnancy, her name is Cana. This car, her name is Cana. This job, her name is Cana. What am I saying? I'm not saying that I'm not going to get tired. I'm not saying I'm not going to grow weird. I'm not saying I'm not going to be broken again. I'm not saying I will not come across any stumbling blocks. But God, I am saying, I am renaming this thing that you are giving to me. Today, I'm walking into Cana because why? In Cana, there is a refill when something comes to an end. When the wine was out, the mother of Jesus Christ says, I cannot afford to let these people go through, the embarrassment. I want them to know that there is a God who can create. You, my son, I know what I have birthed in you. Now rise up and do what you're supposed to do. And there was a moment of refilling. I know we tap into those moments where we walk in and we say, I know, Marimina, I don't last in an employment for more than 6 months. Every employment that I hold on to, after 3 months, I'll start hearing stories. If it's not them cutting costs as retrenchment, if it's not retrenchment, some companies go as far as closing down because when you walked into it and you say, God, not with this company. With this company, they go, I'm naming it. I am renaming it. I know this company has this name and that name. But in my prayer, I'm starting to call it Cana because why? In Cana, nothing runs out without the plan of God. When I run out, when I break down, when I fail in my duties, and I don't know how to carry them out, God, you're going to enable me. Because why? Because I've named it Cana. Start renaming it. Start renaming it. Start renaming your things because you are used to the happiness that does not last for a very long time. I want you to rename it and say, my marriage from today is Cana. When this husband of mine wants to start reacting and he looks at me in a funny manner or he does not want to speak anymore, a person just becomes shimumund and kind. They now on a lower volume. Tomorrow they come back with flowers. Today they come back with this. They've become an unpredictable weather of a certain province that people have been saying that you can never. It's not make sure. We wake up. There's the sunrise. It rises and then there's the sun. 1, 2, 3, 4, if it's raining. And you say, not in my house. I rename this thing. This thing, it's Cana. You see this, my ministry? I know I began another one, and people, they know that, you know what, I don't last in things. When I began them, I said to somebody today that I think there's nothing that will